This video is unexpected, but I wanted to share this with you. As you can tell by the title, I'm going to transform my face over the course of the next year, and everything that I'm going to mention in this video, I'm going to do most likely for the rest of my life or practice it for a very long time. So since I'm going to transform my face, the point of transforming my face is to make it more aesthetically pleasing. And let me tell you why I'm doing this. So ever since I was a kid, I seen the pictures of when I was a little baby and a young kid. I was told that I was a good looking kid, and I believed it because I saw those pictures. But somewhere along the line, when I was going through puberty and high school, my facial development stagnated. It didn't advance as much as I thought it would. You know, I wasn't ugly, but I wasn't the best looking person. And I always thought I had the potential or the genetics to have a really good looking face, because my father does have a well-developed face, and I would say it's a very good looking face. Now I've reached this point and I've done some research, and I found a few habits that I'm going to include in my life are going to become a sort of a lifestyle. So that's what I'm going to share with you. So the first one that I'm going to do is mewing. So if you don't know what mewing is, it's basically keeping good tongue posture, which is keeping the tongue on the roof of your mouth at all times. It'll allow you to have better facial development, because when you keep your mouth closed and you let your tongue rest on the roof of your mouth, especially on the soft palate, that pressure from all the swallowing and just the tongue being on the roof, it's going to slowly push your cheekbones forward and outwards, making your face wider and the cheekbones more prominent. And also, mewing is going to encourage nose breathing. Secondly, I'm going to develop the mastication muscles on my face, and that includes these right here and this. So why is that? So I'm trying to achieve a hollow cheek look, which is, you know, protruding cheekbones, the indents that go down like a sharp swoosh. I'll put a picture up right here of somebody who has a well-developed face, and I believe anybody could achieve this over the course of their life doing these good habits. So why am I doing that? Majority of my life, I was not taught how to eat correctly, but in fact there is a correct way of eating your food, and that is to chew it. But when I mean chew, is chewing your food and breaking it down to small pieces, especially hard food like meat and nuts, anything that's hard that you can imagine. You have to chew it and break it down, not just give it a 7 chews and just swallow it. You have to break it down so the saliva, the enzymes in the saliva, can break down the food, and when it reaches to your stomach, you won't become bloated. And think of it like this: you are training the muscles of your face when you eat. So the more you chew, the better. Oh, and the chewing, what it'll do is the mastication muscles will become wider and stretch your skin out, which will give you that hollow cheek look. So it's one part of getting a very aesthetic face. The third thing is to swallow correctly. So this branches off the last thing of chewing, but now it's swallowing correctly. What you want to do is swallow with your throat and your tongue. Do not suck with your cheeks. If you suck with your cheeks or push food out to your cheeks like a chipmunk, the buccinator muscles, which are right here, are going to be overdeveloped, and you're not going to have a very nice, clean, sharp face even when you're low body fat. And I can attest to that, because look, you can see some of my striations and six-pack, some muscle definition, yet I don't have the most sharp face. I don't have a sharp jawline. My face is just, you know, it's there, but it's not distinctual. And I attribute a lot of this to my overdeveloped buccinator muscles, because I've been, you know, suck swallowing for a majority of the foods that I've eaten, and that's a common trait when you eat a lot in a very fast, timely manner. So take your time and chew. So these are the buccinator muscles. It's like right here. You see how there's that little indent right there? So the hypertrophy here is a result of you sucking, swallowing. It's swallow sucking, or sucking swallowing. Just basically swallowing by sucking your cheeks, like with a straw. Think of it like that. Or just storing a lot of food on your cheeks. When you do that, it stretches the muscles here, and it allows the muscles to grow. Just like any muscle, you put it under stress, you know, bicep curls, whatever. You stretch your cheeks out when you expand them and stretch them by stuffing your face. So what you need to do to get rid of those cheeks is chew between your teeth, break it down with your tongue, And do not push the food to the sides of your mouth. Don't store it like a chipmunk. Just take small bites and break it down slowly. That way you won't use these muscles to move food around or swallow. And over time, when you don't use a muscle, you lose it. So these cheeks will start to get smaller, and my face will start to show those hollow cheeks. Also, I wanted to show you guys this, but back to point 2 is I'm using Falum Gum, which you can get on Amazon. And it's this type of gum. It's no sugar, no flavor. It's literally just a chewing tool that you can chew all day. Basically the purpose of gum, just chewing it and developing your teeth and jaw muscles. Back to the last point, I'm going to be taping my mouth when I sleep. Most of us that are mouth breathers or just have a trouble breathing through our nose, we are most likely going to breathe through our mouth when we sleep. And this is how you know that you do it. When you wake up, you feel like you're tired, you didn't have the best sleep, your mouth is dry, you have bad breath. It's not the best morning in general. You just never feel amazing when you wake up. You feel okay. And let me tell you, it's because of mouth breathing. So by taping your mouth shut when you sleep, you are going to force your body to adapt and breathe through the nose. And the more you breathe through your nose, the bigger the openings up here will become. The more you use it, the more openings it'll have. So don't fall into the vicious cycle of, I can't breathe through my nose, so I'm gonna breathe through my mouth. That will make your nose breathing worse. Force your nose to suck in air and breathe it. The more you use it, the better it'll get. So you have to train it while you're awake and while you're asleep, because that's a whole 8 hours of the day, or a whole 8 hours of a 24-hour cycle. That's 1/3. You need to be executing 100% of the time or close to it, not just 66% of the time when you're awake. So tape your mouth shut. So what's the goal of this? By next year or in a few years, because this process is going to take a while, especially the protrusion of the bones, the cheekbones with mewing. I want to have a really good, model look with strong jaw muscles here, more visible cheekbones protruding off my face, and hollow cheeks. That's it, guys. Thank you for watching this video, and in a year's time or over the course of this year, hopefully you see changes to my face. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.